Hi, and welcome back to Map the Maze. So today I thought I would do a 1-minute challenge to come up with all of the ideas I can in 1 minute as to how do I stay calm in a divorce mediation. I have to say, I think this is a useful tool. The 1 minute is just for fun, but let's see. I'm going to wait. I'm actually looking at a real clock. This is old school. And when it hits 12, I'm just going to go. So 1 minute on all the ways you can stay calm in mediation. Go. First way, breathing. Breathing is, and breath work, top tool. So even if you don't want to let other people know that you're feeling agitated, this is easy. Deep breath in, through the nose, breathe out through the mouth. That really helps. Another way, taking notes. So every time that you write, so take a note, you are engaging your prefrontal cortex. You have to come out of your amygdala, and the focus has to come out of the amygdala. Therefore, you are engaging your prefrontal cortex and calming. Easiest way, get up, move. Go and take a break, go and get a cup of coffee, go to the bathroom, go outside and get a coffee, stretch your legs, whatever it is that you need to do, but moving key to shifting the perspective in your brain and letting your brain know that it's time for a reset. Last one, tapping. So you can do this if you're in private, or you can tap on your legs under the table, no one sees. My minute is up. Okay. So why is it helpful to stay calm in divorce mediation? I think the primary reason, and this is from a great book called Getting More by Stuart Diamond, which actually I see is just over here. Let me get it. Great book, easy read. Stuart Diamond talks about how in order to get more, in order to make sure that your priorities are met in a negotiation, you need to focus. And one of the key challenges for people in divorce mediation is lack of focus. That the emotions, the anger, the pain, the sadness, the rage, the bitterness, the whatever it is so overwhelming, is so triggered by having to talk to this person that has hurt you in some way that you lose focus. And so I'm not saying that emotional regulation, staying calm is beneficial because people need to behave and that people don't need to be angry or sad or even bitter. The challenge is this. All of those feelings may or may not be totally justified by what you've experienced. I will never know. I will, as the mediator, will never know. And it's not my role to go back and do a forensic accounting of the balance of who did the wrong thing, who said the wrong thing. The mediation is to help you put in place future arrangements. And so that requires focus, and it requires calm, and it requires people to be able to emotionally regulate to some level. Definitely, I have mediations where people are not able to emotionally regulate. It just means it's going to take longer. It means that they may need their lawyers there. It may mean that there are some parts of the negotiation that can't be completed. But what I would say is if you can find ways to stay calm, the chances that you're able to focus will be increased. And if you can focus, then you can really focus on what are the priorities that I need to achieve in the mediation. And what I mean by that is everybody has things that they want in a negotiation. Some of those will be priorities and some of those will be preferences. And it's difficult to identify what those are unless you really sit down and think about it. So if you're thinking about, how do I know? Is it a priority? Is it a preference? Is it just a want? Nice to have. I would suggest make 3 columns. Sit down, think about, write out all of the things that you would like to try and achieve in the mediation, whether that's financial stability or a security of accommodation or particular type of education for the children or whatever it is, and then put them in columns, because once they go into columns, you can then start interrogating them, asking them questions. So for example, if you put into a column, I want the children to go to this particular type of school. Okay, why is that? What is the benefit? Why is that a priority? More than, say, where you live. Because it can't be that everything is a priority. It's not what priority means. So I think really helpful to do that exercise, but using that information in the mediation is only possible if you can stay calm. So I hope those 1-minute tips are helpful. I have seen people use all of them in mediation, and I think really use them effectively. Think about whether any of those are helpful for you. I think what I said was breath work, so breathing. Just using your breathing to calm yourself down, to get in touch with your parasympathetic nervous system, can help activate calmness and help calm from the sense of I'm under attack, I have to attack. Second is take notes, writing. Whether it's taking notes of what you want to say or what they're thinking about, or even doodling. I had one client who just doodled. They were pretty negative doodles, but doodled the whole way through the mediation because they thought, if I have to look up, I'm going to get really emotional. If I just stay focused on my page, I'm going to be able to stay engaged in what's happening and stay focused on what I need to achieve. Finding ways to tap, so that can also be helpful. So whether it's this, which is again helping to activate the sympathetic nervous system, or maybe it's you're tapping on your legs. Sorry, I'm doing it here, but you can tap under the table so that no one sees. But that binary tapping motion helps to calm your nervous system. And I think the last one I said was moving. Moving is amazing. So if you're sitting there feeling like you're becoming overwhelmed, you're starting to get flooded with emotions, you're getting a sense of, I'm not going to be able to focus, I'm getting really irritated by what I'm hearing or listening to, just say, mediator, I want to take a break. I'm going to go get a coffee. I'm just going to go stretch my legs, because moving your body is the quickest, easiest way to reset. It doesn't really matter what you do. It doesn't matter if you go outside and get a coffee, go outside, have a cigarette if you're that way inclined. I've had clients come in to a private room and just do a 5-minute headspace meditation. The key is really that you are moving, because the movements is a signal to your brain to reset. And so that can be an incredibly powerful tool. Have a think about those. And if you are interested in book recommendations, Stuart Diamond, great book, Getting More. Okay. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.